We have liftoff.
ThermoMorph will be successful by offering a unique solution for treating pulmonary embolisms that addresses the shortcomings of current therapies and surgical procedures. It's not only a better method of treatment, but it also lowers patient cost.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Tim Walker, and I'm a pre-med mechanical engineering student at UT with Team ThermoMorph. And I'm here tonight because I want to make a difference. There's a condition known as a pulmonary embolism, where a blood clot in your leg breaks free, moves to your lung, and becomes stuck and blocks blood flow. If the blockage is large enough, it'll prevent oxygen from reaching your brain, giving you only a few minutes to live. Each year in the United States, it kills about 100,000 people. And a few years ago, 2 surgeons from UTMC approached us in our lab to produce a better blood clot removal device. So since then, we've developed the QuickFlow PE, a device capable of removing blood clots in emergency situations, reducing patient care costs, and sending patients home 2 to 3 days sooner. So the QuickFlow procedure is pretty simple. It's based on a heart catheterization. So what a physician will do is enter the vascular system from a little puncture in the groin. They'll advance a catheter to the site, they'll open our device and capture the clot, and they'll pull it back out through the body. It's a simple, minimally invasive procedure, and it has a pretty quick recovery time. There's currently only one other device that's FDA approved to remove blood clots from the pulmonary arteries, and that's the Angio Vac. Unfortunately, for patients, it's slow, it's bulky, and it's complex. As you can see in the picture behind me, it even requires a pump to filter the blood outside your body as it attempts to vacuum the clot. This takes a long time to set up and is not ideal for emergency situations. And then, of course, you have your thrombolytic and blood thinners, but those are usually aimed at smaller clots that aren't life-threatening. So what we've done is we've reduced patient intrusiveness, we've simplified the tool, and we simplified the whole procedure. And ultimately, we give surgeons the power to remove blood clots in situations where they might have otherwise ran out of options. So we've spent a lot of time validating the market to make sure we fill a need. We've sat in on innovation committee meetings in hospitals and interviewed over 65 people directly related to either the reimbursement processes, the procedure itself, and even department purchasing. But our real market validation came from the surgeons themselves, who told us that they just don't have confidence in the current procedures for emergency situations. And the 2 surgeons who originally came to us with the idea have actually helped us develop this into a product that they want to use, and they actually are investors in the company. So we're going to be pulling revenue from 3 major departments in the hospital. That's interventional cardiology, interventional radiology, and cardiovascular. Our price range is going to be from $2,000 to $5,000 with costs of about $500 per unit. So annual procedure spending for pulmonary embolism treatment is about $20 billion per year. And if we assume that the device makes up about 10% of that cost, which is a pretty conservative estimate, we're looking at a market for our device of about $2 billion. So moving forward, we're finishing up our final prototypes at Interplex Medical in Indiana. Once we receive those, we'll begin testing in simulated arteries that we've 3D printed ourselves and real arteries for pigs. And then we'll move on to the approval processes in Europe and the United States. We're thinking Europe is going to take about 1 to 2 years to get approval before we can start selling. And the United States, we're looking at a little closer to 3 to 5 years. It's definitely a lengthy process, but I'm willing to invest my time because at the end of the day, we're going to be saving people's lives. And as a mechanical engineering student interested in the medical field, that's what excites me the most. So thank you very much, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Thanks very much. Excellent job. Judges?
How much have you raised so far?
We have about $200,000 in grants.
And how much do you think it's going to take to get through at 510K?
Through 510K, since we're looking at 3 to 5 years for the United States FDA approval, with the burn rates per month, we're going to have to hire engineers, and over the course of 5 years, we're looking at maybe $5 million to get through FDA, because they also make us pay to do the tests, so about $5 million.
The Europe CE approval, I have some experience that they're used a lot faster to get that approval.
Yeah.
Can you hit any types of metrics there that will support the company? So if you don't raise, let's say you don't raise any more money.
Oh, if we don't raise any more money? I'm sorry.
If you don't raise post getting European the CE approval.
Oh, okay.
Could the company sustain itself post?
Yeah, we should be able to sustain still, because we'll still be working on FDA approval here in the United States.
So, I have some experience with PEs and DVCs. I work with some orthopedic surgeons at Wildwood.
Okay.
So I'm wondering have you talked to orthopedic surgeons about this also?
We've worked with mostly cardiovascular surgeons and a few interventional radiologists and interventional cardiologists.
Because I mean, there's people, I'm not sure besides you, but like Rock Ventures and people at ProMedica Innovations who may even be interested in talking.
Yeah, we've sat in on the innovation committee meeting with ProMedica, and so we're moving forward with that.
Disrupting the clot will result in the clot going to the heart of the brain. Therefore, the person will die. Have you guys done any testing to make sure that you won't?
We haven't done testing in arteries yet. We're waiting on those final prototypes that are being built right now in Indiana, and then we can start actually doing it in the simulated arteries and the real arteries.
Okay, so not there yet.
But yeah, that is a risk.
Okay.
But in this situation, we're using these devices in situations where there's such a huge blockage that if you don't get it out right now, they're going to die.
Looks like that might be it. Thank you very much. The last question, again by the audience, is what made you pick this specifically to focus your interest in?
What made me pick this specifically is that I want to work on things that are really important, and I think as students, it's our responsibility to push these things out into the market. So, thank you.
Thanks very much. Thank you, judges. Next up, Audible Eye.